watch over all of us on our travels and watch over everybody here's playing balls. Make sure that nobody gets hurt. We ask all this in Christ's name.
I don't know.
What do you do?
One I had up there. Here, second one back here. There's one on the left. Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all.
I don't know if you had talked to, Brantley, he said he wouldn't be here today. So. We got some minutes on the backside there, kind of what we discussed the other day. Just gonna kind of go right on down the line here. Excuse me. Updates, the field repair, I know we talked about, tearing the grass off of that field in, John Wilson, we have removed it. There's still some there, Michael, he got, our road department guy, he got on a road grader and, ripped most of it up, and there's still some there, this is still gonna have to be worked on. But when I mentioned it to Joe Casey, he had a couple of concerns before we actually played on it, and like I said, I know it's gonna be a little while before we play on it, but it's a start. If you look at the green boxes or at the base of those poles, he's a little concerned about that because they're actually on the field.
Why?
Well, not really on the field of play, but they're on the field right by the fence, I mean, you can get to them. So we've got a little bit of concern with that, and like I said, we still are a long way away from that. But we do have, a lot of grass off, and we have started a little bit, so, if we get, and hopefully just over time, we keep messing with it if I have to, but if it looks like we're using fields for anything, we'll just see about putting our fence up somehow, just kind of block that stuff off so we can't get to it. Most of the time it's got a lock on it anyway, it ain't like you just go there and pull the mold out. Having to break a lock, cut a lock, or leave a lock.
What exactly are they?
Really, it's kind of like where they tie in to go up the poles for the lights. They big green boxes like it's here.
Okay.
If you look down there by that football field, we got a transformer there, we always having trouble with water in there. And you gotta flip the breakers on there for the lights in, John Wilson Field. So we just kind of over time, they were supposed to do it before they actually got the fence finished. It didn't happen that way, so Michael come in and dug in between the two fields and run a piece of pipe in there, so hopefully it'll drain to that ditch. But what we was looking at, if that don't work, we're gonna get a pump, try to pump it out of the ditch just so we can use that area. But it's anywhere from about $6,400 to about $10,000 to run it where I can use it on a pole. Other than using that transformer, it'd be nice because I talked to BJ Hall about raising that up some more, and he was supposed to do that. I read over this morning, I didn't see the markings on that. So he was gonna try to raise it, of course you can't raise all that stuff up unless, just a couple inches or you run out of wire inside the transformer box. So that's what they're really playing with. But just trying to get it where we can get the water off of there and possibly get a plug there at the transformer and up the pole so we can use pitching machine instead of having to use these. I read somebody that they're still there, but I think they've got to change. So
It's gonna be, it'll give you a little bit of work
updates on the athletic side?
I wrote down a few notes, I think last time I gave y'all pretty much just everything. We got tennis and golf, they're both going to playing for district tomorrow. I think we have 4 in golf and 6, I believe, in tennis. We'll know the results tomorrow evening, hopefully. May go another day if there's rain or anything, but we've kicked off the church league season. So far, everything's been great with it. We've had cross country. Tyler Page had gotten with me, and Clay. I don't know what was Clay's last name. Clay at middle school. Brendan's boy. Clay Johns.
Yep.
He got with me, and we kind of mapped out a course out here for them, so they're doing cross country out here this season.
Is it March?
It's, we kind of spray painted the ground a little bit to let kids know where to go. They just been practicing right now. He talked to me a little bit this morning about maybe tweaking the path a little bit, changing a little bit, till we get it where exactly how he wants it, you know. I'm hoping it's gonna lead into a rec cross country.
Yeah, that'd be good. It'd be nice once you get it sure enough set up, whatever, put little signs or arrows or whatever, and then it can actually be, at some point, be used for walking.
Yeah.
Other than track, so keep it wore down.
We're, looks like we don't have any more tournaments right now this season. Waiting to hear back from them, some more of that. Was one scheduled for this weekend, but it got canceled. We got sign-ups going for football and soccer and cheer. Rec desk is going pretty well so far. She's got, what'd you say, Sarah, 60 registered?
60 people have created a membership. That includes like the parent and the kids. And then we've had 19 signups in 2 days.
19 sign-ups so far. That's about the gist of it, unless somebody's got any questions.
I got a lot donated, and I think y'all, this was one of y'all's projects at the river, at the boat ramp. I got a lot donated from, city of Edward. I gave it to BJ Hall. Now, last time I went in town there, which was on vacation last week, the week before, it was flooded, and I wasn't gonna drive that county truck through that water. I was like, I just ain't gonna do it.
Yeah.
So it'll come down one day. Now, they may have something they wanna drive through, but I ain't gonna drive the county truck through it.
And we
It's
got
down.
that grant, right, for, you see,
As far as I know,
I haven't talked to him to see what he's thinking about doing down there. I mean, me and Randy talked at one time about trying to get Michael with his crew and somebody kind of mulch some of that stuff out. Where that little cutoff road goes and goes back in on the back side of the big lake that's in there. Get him mulch around in there some, be clear, and try to clear it where you ain't got a homeless tent pop up, you don't know they're there for
they just look at them, you know.
2-3 weeks, you know.
That's more funny, cause I checked on a grant too, the same grant, come find out we all had it, cause Joey was talking about getting, possibly, I wanted to walk through.
Yeah.
Joey was talking about maybe, y'all already put in for it, and then compete against each other, and it sounds like y'all was on the verge of shooting.
Yeah, has he talked to you about whenever, whatever, we decide with that down there to make it part of the recreation?
Honestly,
I don't think we thought about it, so you,
honestly, you know, we kind of talked a little bit. Some years ago,
yeah, well,
but that's like,
that's good.
because they talked about one time, they were out there.
Well, you just have to be a spot where was for the flood waters, and nothing you can do about that.
And that's really kind of the only thing that, you know, we've spoken about that, the way that river goes up and down, up and down, up and down.
It
So,
usually doesn't stay flooded too long, I mean,
Toward the end of the month, and we, I know you mentioned it before, Boy Scouts is gonna put on a little recruiting thing down here. She talked about rock climbing, she talked about archery, she talked about using the fishing pond, you know, just, she didn't have a couple when I talked to her anyway, but she just, you know,
Thank you.
getting involved. I think it's like we at the same time with the, 100-year night hunt. That's gonna be on the 26th, and I think, Coach Shores is gonna have a football, you know, kind of camp, kind of right around that same area, so, you know, toward the end of the month, it's gonna be a little bit busy. So, it's like I told you know, Mr. Joey, I feel like, you know, the more we can get stuff out here and get the community involved.
it might be worth working with the scouts or whatever, they build a camp, I guess, and, there was camp around the pond. And I mean, you got the, what do you call the Eagles?
Eagles,
Yeah, you know, whenever they're working on projects and
Right.
stuff and whatever.
Something else I just thought about, I'm just seeing a lot of interest about fireworks. You know, you might wanna just kinda keep that in the back of your mind, you know, what can we do to get some fireworks, or,
Yeah,
I know
people
you-
were real disappointed this year with nothing in Brantley, other than the church.
that's church, and they really, they have, I've told Ethan and Andy and all them about, you know, how much they spend on that, I think like $2,000. And they got a pretty good,
Yeah, that's why I said that people don't realize the money that it
Yeah.
costs.
it's expensive.
You know, you'd have to get businesses and everybody else involved in that.
You know, it just seems like good fireworks always brings people together.
I think we county put last year before last, on that, 5,500 or.
Well, remember when the Taste of Brantley come here, we put money in there, but it rained, what, the day of,
Yeah.
that night, or
they still shot, cause we
playing ball.
we were playing the T-ball tournament, and literally right when we won, we got pictures of the fireworks in the background.
I mean,
It
that,
was pretty cool.
I saw several people making comments and stuff on Facebook and whatever about, you know, with flags and that fireworks, whatever. You know, sometimes you wonder what the Chamber of Commerce is doing.
Well, they had them every year for years, and then
And
they quit, you know, which they quit because of COVID, but they never started back, you
yeah,
know?
never got started back.
That's where people get upset,
it's easy to do things a time or two,
yeah.
you know, the longevity that makes it really.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen something, somebody said that they had done them fireworks at the school for like 15 or 20
Yeah,
years,
they did.
you know, I mean,
Yeah, 'cause you used to go to Waycross and catch whatever in Waycross and just drive this direction. And you catch around Hoboken or whatever, and then on into Brantley, and when they're firing them, you just get 20 miles of fireworks, you know.
You know, and I can't remember, didn't they used to put, tents up around the track? That was something, there used to be,
They didn't have a
They
real,
had-
sure enough, July 4th.
oh, it was, they had,
Relay for
some
life.
kind of walk.
they had,
Relay for life.
That's
yeah.
it, relay.
Yeah.
but they did, there was multiple times that they had like outdoor slides and stuff for
Yeah.
kids, and they would be serving food at the concession stand and all, I mean, it was, you know,
And that would be pretty neat to have out here to do it, you know, try to put it together, and I don't think you'd have to get the Exchange Club and Chamber of Commerce together, and whoever else, businesses, the city, and everybody, and just have a short up July 4th festival, you know, with.
the thing about it is, if you did it out here, there's so much room, there'd be a ton of people that would participate.
Yep, have your food trucks maybe, you know, I don't know if you would even wanna bother the concession stand, you could if you wanted. You know, and vendors and.
Well, you'd have have such a, with the food trucks, you have such a variety of different stuff.
Yeah, they go right into the fireworks, I mean, you have a crowd of players, I don't know how you, I mean, I don't think you could charge a gate fee or anything.
For anything, just to get people, you know, out here and then, you know.
But you'd have to start now to
uh,
get to the next July.
So we'll put Sarah in charge of that. So, Sarah, she's good, she's good at stuff like that.
I know when I was with JC's, it was on St. Simon's, we did the Sunshine Festival, was always the July 4th thing. Man, that thing was huge a while back in then. I mean, you had vendors sitting on top of vendors, and there was food everywhere, and you just led right on into the fireworks on the pier. And it was a nice thing.
Yeah.
And I don't know how big theirs was over the way, this time. They moved theirs to downtown. Because we used to shoot fireworks from the stadium.
Yeah, that's right.
This all moved downtown this time.
Got to have a stadium.
You get out of the stadium.
So, just something to think about.
Yeah, I'll mention it to some of these folks, and when I'm not in the exchange club, and I know a bunch of them, see, they would be interested in getting to it and see, I'll mention it to some chamber folks. I mean, it would take a whole pile of their votes to get in it.
We had a call meeting the other day, and I was talking with Joey, and he kind of gave me some direction on those call meetings, even though we put it on Facebook and on, they said we might put it on the website, if it ain't in the legal origin, it can be considered, basically an order board. So therefore, I'm gonna bring it up, board meeting again, so we can get it on, we'll be done with it. So what'll happen is, if we still go with Ed, and I feel sure that will be the case, I'll go ahead and get it on the agenda this time, so they can vote on it, and then we can go ahead and bring him on. Once we bring him on, then we can get a secretary, and however y'all wanna do it, if y'all wanna leave, Randall, change it up, however y'all wanna do that, and I'm good with whatever y'all wanna do on that, but I need to go ahead and get him on board, so are you still okay with Ed?
Yeah.
Fees, Sarah's been working on fees since that new direct desk has come on. Pierce County is also, she showed me something over here that Pierce County also is on board with that, so it sounds like that's kind of where everybody's going. Looking at the fees that Pierce County had was similar to ours, correct, Sarah?
Yes.
Basically $25. Now, I know, we talked about not having a time frame versus having a time frame, and Sarah was talking to me, if you look on that, basically everything's set up by hours. So, whether we do it $25 an hour, because when she was showing me, I mean, it's 7, 8, 8 to 9, 9 to 10, everything's set up by the hour, so it'd just be easier if we do it by the hour. And then, what am I trying to say? It'd be more precise, you know what I mean? So if I wanna, do a 9 to 10 practice and you have a 7 practice, instead of you running over in my time, it'd be just easier to go by the hour.
Yeah.
Now, granted, however that plays out, nobody has it, you go over, here's what it is. Now, when I mentioned the $25 and all, Joey kind of informed me that we really can't set prices, which I told him, he understood that we was just throwing those prices out, compare it to him, and then he could carry it to the board of commissioners, and they can vote on it, and basically they can set it whatever they want to set it. But that was our recommendation, is $25 an hour, so everybody's still good with that.
Yeah, I'm good with it, and if it's Board of Commission, if somebody says, I don't think we need to
I mean, it's still first come, first served, right, but if you wanna book it and have your time, you gotta pay money, so, I mean, I don't, I don't think people's gonna really complain.
And he did bring up something to me when I told him that we was looking at using, like I said, this is just a recommendation for us, that's their choice, as a commissioner board. We was talking about using the fields Monday, Tuesday, Saturday, and Sunday. Okay, when I told him that, he said, well, let's look at this. He said, okay, you spend $35,000 on, $35,000 in the budget for turf. Okay, plus $5 more thousand for turf supplies. So we're looking at $40,000. He said, why don't I just take that out of your budget and we'll just open the field up and let them play all they want to play. And I said, I don't want to do that. And the point he was trying to get at, he's not gonna put $40,000 in our budget for us to open up the fields to let anybody and everybody play on, tear them up, and it costs us that money plus more money to get them back to where we need to have our fields. So, what we wanna do,
I mean,
we beat this thing.
Well, it's like I told Jerry, recreation is not a money matter.
yeah,
I mean, that's budgeted money to keep up with, in my opinion.
yeah.
I mean, you got, EMS is not a money matter, but it's a service. And, I don't know where he's coming from on that. I mean, if it's in your budget, it's in your budget.
You can't tell the community that they can't use the fields that they pay for.
My
See,
point
See,
exactly.
this is what he told me, and I was telling him, he said, okay, how much taxes do you pay? Okay, I'm just throwing that out.
Yeah,
I'll give you a
yeah, I
figure.
know.
Our budget is $12 million. You take your little bit of taxes, so how much do you really pay?
Yeah,
And that's what he said, okay, my taxes are spit in the bucket, yours is spit in the bucket, his, Ms. Towers is spit in the bucket, so we get 4 or 5 people, we spit in the bucket, so now we got a little puddle. Everybody else keeps, now we got a bucket for it, now we got a puddle. That's how he described it. I get what he's saying.
I
But-
get what he's saying too, but then
How can
it's
we
a
do this?
community, the rec department is specifically here for the community. That's what it's there for. It ain't here to make money, cause I guarantee you, it ain't going to make money. And all it is, it's a loss.
Well, my point on that, and I was telling Jeffrey, is I live on a dirt road. My road gets all messed up, where I call, they come out there and put their loads of dirt on the road, fix the road, where everybody's gonna have to pay over that dirt. That's what my taxes are. And that's just the way that I feel.
And people ain't coming out here and, they ain't coming out here belligerently tearing up the field.
Well, something else he stated, okay, just say if we let them come out on Saturday or Sunday, now I gotta staff somebody to be out here so that they don't tear up everything.
But you don't. It's never been staffed before in the world.
And that's just
what he said.
some of his thoughts.
Yeah, but
So-
we've never staffed it, and, realistically, there's never been serious, yes, you run on grass every day, grass gets beat down, but really,
Well, and I can kinda see what he's talking about, but then, y'all done this more than I have, and Sarah probably can tell you probably just as good as most, how often they practice on the weekends, I don't know.
yeah, never. And never,
I would say this, you try it like we're talking about doing, open it up, whatever. If you start to have issues, then address those issues.
yeah, that's what I
Yeah, and that was kinda one of my thoughts.
And then you have a ground to stand on. You can say, hey,
Exactly.
look,
Yeah.
we opened the fields up for these 4 days, but we're seeing some wear and tear on the fields, we're gonna have to cut it back to 2 days.
Exactly, you got ammunition then.
I just wanna have the authority to say, we're cutting this off, you know what I mean? If Joey or Justin or whoever says, you know, they're killing our fields, then whether we talk about it at the next meeting and go from there.
Hard to address an issue when you don't have an issue.
I don't think it's gonna happen. I mean, you're gonna have one or two, you know, teams that are gonna practice every now and then, you know, once a week or something like that. It's, in the off season, you know, people aren't just playing 90% of the time.
Are y'all good with that? Giving us, and I say us, me and Joey, if we see our grass is being killed, to back off.
Yeah, I would say.
An issue with it. Like I say, you can't address an issue if you don't have an issue yet.
Yeah. I mean, I don't see how you could say, I'm gonna put $40,000 out of the budget. I feel it's gotta be played.
Well, I think he was just,
Sometimes it's brain
But,
works.
I mean, the wear and tear on the fields is the season, you know what I'm saying? It ain't,
what we got, let's see, August the first, right, August, September, October. April, May, and burn it anyway,
yeah,
so.
ain't no other thing on that, you know, for that month after you burn it.
Yeah, we can, basically from there, about spring, things start growing again, so. Alright, well, that's kinda what I'm gonna write, I'm gonna go, try to put, the board, the nominee on the agenda, and the recommendations of $25, and we'll go with an hour, just, that's there, hold us in place there.
Works for me.
But good. Anything else we can talk about or discuss?
That's it.
All right, just be thinking about, you know, secretary, president, chairman, whatever, vice chairman, whatever.
We gotta vote on president, vice chairman.
Okay, you already got a, well,
Well-
Isaac, that's not Isaac.
Isaac was the president.
Yeah, you don't need to vote,
Randall was vice.
so you don't need to.
We didn't have a secretary, did we? We gotta vote on one thing?
Yeah, you're gonna have
Yeah,
secretary.
you need to keep somebody take notes or whatever.
Lightning.
I'm gonna tell Ed, he's gotta be secretary.
Good. I'm glad it's, before we started. All right, well, I do appreciate y'all. That's what,
I think it sounds sick.
Miss Linda called, no, she texted me from home, she said somebody heard, she said, do we have one in Slaughterville? And, she said, yes, ma'am, somebody asked her about it, somebody heard of her.
There is one problem. There's some stuff
They
way
ain't
down.
they ain't even know,
Yeah, way down around the George Floyd line and over just outside of Waycross.
yeah,
And one popped up right there.
they ain't know lightning in there.
One popped up in Ray's phone.
That's further than,
They might.
yeah. That's way further. Yeah, it would.
That's what we're gonna call it, anyway, right? All right, too. I do appreciate y'all coming. All right.
Thank y'all.
Yes, I forgot to say.
Yeah, it's all good.